Hey, what's going on, everybody? Back in the cold plunge, cold combos. Let's get started. We're going to talk about, are you overwhelmed? What does being overwhelmed look like, and how to get out of it, possibly. So, if you're overwhelmed, you have a feeling of like you just can't take action. You're stuck. You don't know how to go. You're either paralyzed by analyzing too much, you have too much on your plate, you have so much like, what do I do to get started? Like, if you're starting a business, if you want to start marketing, sorry about the plane above, doesn't happen that often, but near a private airport. But anyway, so when we talk about being overwhelmed, it's this like weight on your shoulders, it's this like pressure on your body somewhere in some form, right? You have that reaction internally as well as just from a thought process. It just feels like you can't take action. You're not sure what to do. You're not sure where to start. You got too much on your plate and you have some anxiety around it. You're just stuck, right? You feel like you can't move. Doesn't matter if you're writing a book, it doesn't matter if you're recording a video, it doesn't matter, what it may be. Starting, trying to play in a sport and you just don't know what to do. So then no decision making happens and nothing happens. And then it just looks like you're nervous, you're stale, or you're not competitive, or you just don't want to be there. So, and that's, I'm saying from the outside, that's what it looks like when other people see that, obviously in a more action orientated way. If you're sitting at home and people will think like, oh, he's just not, he doesn't have drive, or she doesn't have drive, they're not doing anything, they're not going to be successful. And sometimes you're just overwhelmed, you got too much. It's just you don't know where to start, know what to do. So I'm going to talk about chunking down, right? So a lot of times we can find things that are super complex, right? Let's say I want to make $1 million with my YouTube channel. I want to, make $1 million with digital marketing agency. I want to, make it to the NBA. So we get stuck on this far goal, and instead of like, let's break it down. And sometimes it's just simple as just get a pen and piece of paper or on a computer, Google Docs or whatever you like to use, notes, keep, whatever, and start saying, what is my action plan to go? What would be step one? What's step one, right? If step one is just sending an email, right? So I can get this ball rolling, right? Like if I have to contact an attorney, if I have to get an LLC, what's step one? Hire an attorney to get an LLC, or hire somebody to help with the LLC. So then at least it takes it off your plate and you can push that aside if that's possible. If you don't have the funds to do it, then you could go and talk to some people in the forum and find out, I need to probably go to the secretary of my state. Obviously, I don't know in every state, but in Arizona, you can go through secretary of state. You can pull up the form online. You can fill out the stuff for LLC and just do it. Just take it. And this is where, you know, if you're fearful of mistakes and messing up, you have to learn to just be like, action is more important than reaction if you mess up. So what if you have to fill out the LLC form 20 times? Normally you can call them. They're super helpful. At least every time I've done it. Now I know how to do it. You can just do it all online. It's super simple, right? I'm not saying you need an LLC. I'm just saying that's one thing. So find something that you can chunk down as simple as like, a lot of times it's like, I want to record a video on overwhelm. What do I need to do? Obviously, these are all ad lib. I don't script. I don't do any of that stuff. Uh, and to me, I have time while I'm in the cold plunge, so I found a way to crank out videos when I'm actually sitting doing nothing besides just soaking and relaxing. I don't know if it's relaxing, but anyway, so you and it took me a while to get to that point. Like, where can I come up with a time and place where I know I will, be able to be down, have time to knock out a video. So hence cold convos. So we need to chunk down, like, whatever it may be. If I want to make the NBA, first it's like, maybe I need to learn how to dribble a basketball. Okay, I'm not doing it on my own. I need to hire a coach. I need to set up a training appointment. Okay, start there. Find a coach. Find this. If you can't do it physically yourself, get somebody to help you, right? We have accountability coaches, all that stuff that will help you set those things up, take action, because momentum builds And the more momentum you have, the easier it is to get things done. Once the ball is rolling with whatever you're trying to achieve, it's a lot easier once it's rolling, right? Like the phrase of like, it's much harder to get a car started, being pushed. If it was in neutral, not on, and you got to push it, it's much harder to get it started. But once it's rolling and momentum picks up, it's a lot easier and smoother to go. It's same thing with business, same thing with life, same thing with relationships, all that stuff. So just get started on the bare minimum. What's the smallest thing you can do that you know you can get done today, right? And then just take that one little step. And then if you can do 2 steps in a day, 3 steps, 4 steps, 5 steps, just add on. But don't get overwhelmed with adding steps on. Just focus on that one thing and cross that out on your list. Feel good about it. Obviously, like, I'm a big believer in trying to do the best that you can with your time and your effort, all that stuff. But I also understand that your best isn't going to be as good if you don't keep doing it, right? You're better off, recording a video, filling out an LLC form once, twice, 3 times. The more times you do it, the more of natural, what am I trying to say, it's just automatic. More automatic, the more successful you'll be, because you're like, yep, I know how to fill out an LLC form, and with my eyes closed, I've done it a thousand times, right? This is what attorneys and LLC companies will do. That's all they do every day, and that's why they charge what they charge. If you don't want to do it, it's super simple. Like I said, you can do it all online, at least in Arizona. I don't know other states. But if it comes to NBA, don't look at trying to make the NBA every time you play a game or every time you practice. Focus on, like, what am I doing right now? Where's my level at right now? Am I competing with kids my age? Am I able to do the skills that I need to be able to, play basketball? Can I make left-handed layups? Can I make right-handed layups? Can I make 10 layups in a row? Can I make 10 free throws in a row? Right? In the beginning, just start with, can I make 2 free throws in a row? Can I make 2 shots? Can I make a shot? Can I go 1 for 10? So it's just, and then say, oh, can I make 2 from 10 from this spot? And just keep shooting. A lot of times, just figure out the form. Like I said, if it's not getting you the results you want and you can't improve, well, then work with a coach. Hire a coach and say, okay, I want to adjust shooting from this spot, or dribbling through my legs, or behind the back, all that stuff. Can I do it? Watch YouTube videos. There's so many resources out there for you to learn and grow. It shouldn't stop you from being overwhelmed. But you have to take action. Number one thing is take action. You don't have to take a huge thing. If you can't get out of bed in the morning because you're so stuck and you're so, like, overwhelmed and can't deal with it and seems frustrated, start with the basics. Set an alarm and have that alarm go off, and just sit up in your bed. If you can't sit up, you know, and you just lay in bed all day long, work on just sitting up. Work on sitting up for a minute, then 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then stand up. Right? Like I'm saying, is slowly progress. Obviously, if you can progress at a much faster rate, this video is not for you. Don't know why you're still here. Right? So learn to chunk things down to simplify it. Like I said, record a video. Maybe I need to write a script first. Maybe I need to get the equipment first. Maybe I need to figure out a time that I'm going to record it. And sometimes just record the video if it's total garbage. Then do it again, and then do it again, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the final product. You just have to get started and get that ball rolling. Momentum is your friend. And then if you can add speed to that momentum so you can start getting things done faster and faster, and then you have resources to be able to hire people, get VAs, get coaches, all stuff, then you can get other people to do the work for you and make that speed happen much faster. Well, I'm past my 8 minutes. I'm done in this tub. Let's never be overwhelmed again. Let's make that promise to yourself. Here's to your success. Keep growing. Thanks.